In this video we're going to discuss the new Power Search feature feature pack for the Dialog component, and we're going to start out by actually going to a popular website to look at one of the pages in that website. So you can see here we're at a website called findthebest.com, and if you look at this website you can see here that what they're showing on the right hand side here is really just a grid showing products, and then on the left hand side they've got a search part where you can define search criteria. So for example, I can open up the accordion there and then click on checkboxes there, and every time I click on a checkbox the list of available products in the right hand side gets filtered, and then you can see here we have a slider control, for example, and I can go there and adjust the slider, and that changes the search criteria, etc., and go there and choose manufacturer, etc. So the point is that what we see here is what looks like an extremely complex page, but if you sort of break it down into terminology that Alpha 5 users would understand, you can see that this on the right hand side here just looks like a grid component, and then on the left hand side it looks like something that you could easily build in, say, the Dialog component to gather information about a search that you want to execute. So let's now go over to Alpha 5, and I'm going to show you a Dialog component that we have here, and you can see that in this particular Dialog component I've got a container from there to there, and then another container from there to there. The second container, which is being displayed to the right of the first container because there's no break over there at the end of that field, contains an embedded search with just a heading above it that says embedded grid. Sorry, contains an embedded grid. So we have a grid there called the Northwind Orders grid, and then on the left hand container we've got a bunch of controls. So let's go now and actually switch to working preview and look at our Dialog. So what you see here is the embedded grid. So going back to the findthebest.com site, this is the list of products. This is the similar to the list of products, our grid on the right hand side, and then on the left hand side we actually have the Dialog component controls that we've created. So we have here, you can see that we have an accordion control. So if we go back to the designer, you can see from here to there is the container on the left hand side, and then within that container we have a tab control that has a pane called company, another pane called country, one called date, and then one called order amount, and then above the tab, the accordion control, we have two buttons, one called do search and one called clear search. So going back to working preview, there's our accordion control right now, and if I wanted to do a search, say, on company name, there I could open up my accordion. If I wanted to do a search on country, my accordion opens up and shows me checkboxes for all the countries. Here, if I wanted to do a date range, I can see my Dialog component is showing the new embedded calendar controls, so I can define date criteria. And then if I wanted to go and search on order amount, you can see my accordion control shows the new slider control over there. So now let's go and actually start executing queries on this Dialog on this grid over here. So I'm going to go to my slider and adjust the value, and you can see as soon as I adjust the value over here we execute a query against this grid, and I've turned on in the grid, I've turned on the feature to show what the actual query is. So that's why I'm actually seeing the query as I move the slider around. So let's pause now and continue this in the next video.